Hey beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. So today we're looking at Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising and seeing what's going on for you all this month of June. So let's dive straight into your readings. And I do offer, sorry, I just lost my train of thought there for a second. I do offer personal readings. If this really resonates with you and you're wanting to get a personal reading, you can check that out on my website, the1111babe.com. I'll also have some of that attached to the video, so some of the options. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I'm feeling really like all of a sudden I cannot focus. I'm just like kind of daydreaming. I don't know if you guys are having a harder time focusing right now, or you're going to be experiencing that. Maybe you're going to need to focus on something and it just is going to feel really difficult. Let's see what is coming out. Oh, we have Judgment. So you're needing to make some sort of big decision this month. This is a big month with the major arcana coming out like that, especially Judgment. Okay, let's see. What is this Judgment about? So you're making a decision about something you have not moved on from that you need to. Okay, so the Six of Swords upright is a energy that you're needing to leave. You're needing to get out of that situation because it's actually harming you at this point. And go to something else. Now, when it's reversed, you know, you're scared. You're like, these are all the reasons why I can't do this, even though you're getting the signs that I need to get out of the situation. So you're making a decision on something that you're knowing needs to end. What else is going on here? Okay, we have the Star. So while it might be scary, and you know, you're going into it feels like you're going into the unknown, but what I can tell you, the really cool thing about the Six of Swords is, yes, you're leaving something behind that you're used to by now, but it's promising you wherever you're going is going to be so much better. So it's not like the Eight of Cups where it's like you're going into the unknown and, you know, you're looking for your Nine of Cups, you're looking for your wish fulfillment. The Six of Swords is like you're leaving something that's not good for you, that's not safe, that's not going to benefit you any further, and you're going to go into something much better. And then with the Star being here, this is like, I keep on seeing a comment somebody left me on one of my posts recently, that I was talking about a tower experience I just had, and somebody had said, you know, the Star comes after the Tower. That just came to my mind right now, that after you have this, you know, big change where you do walk away from whatever this is that's not good for you and it's scary and you do it anyway, it's like a big relief. Once it's just the act of doing it, that's the scariest part. Okay, Cancer. Something really wonderful happens after that. The energy shifts very quickly. We have the World. Yeah, I feel like you think you're going to be stuck in this almost like crisis mode for too long, and it's too scary to think about that, but you're really not. It's going to be like bam, bam, bam. Things are going to line up so fast once you take that leap of faith to leave. Whatever, this is a job, this is I'm hearing a home state for somebody. If this is a relationship. Okay, we have Justice reverse. So interesting, right? As I'm saying, if it's a relationship, I feel like you guys are trying to determine whether or not this is the fair thing to do in this situation or the right thing to do. With that, I want to go ahead and clarify this Justice reverse. Man, there's so much major arcana this month for you, Cancer. So this is a very like a lot of things that are happening in divine timing, are divinely lined up already to happen. We have the Moon clarifying Justice reversed. It's weird because this is not the traditional translation for these cards, but I'm hearing that you need to be okay being the bad guy. You need to be okay being the person that walks away, and even if it's not fair, even if even if you have to face some sort of consequence from it that's not fair, do it. You have to be okay with that for some reason. Maybe I feel like it's more of a social pressure, a pressure from community versus like some sort of like legal ramification. Maybe there are like I'm seeing like somebody breaking a lease, so you're like, oh, should I do that because I know that costs money? It will be worth it. You'll be able to reap the rewards to that, make that worth it financially. Or maybe it's just better, you know, if you're in a really bad situation, it's worth it for your mental health. Whatever it is, it's like, it's worth it, whatever the cost is going to be. Man, this is just, it's a big month. Let me go ahead and clarify some of these major arcanas. What is this decision about besides this, or more information on this decision? We have the Six of Wands. Yeah, this is something you've been trying to make work for, I'm hearing a long time. Been trying to make this work, and you've been resisting quitting, and now you're like, it's time. It's absolutely time. We have the Seven of Pentacles. It's time to work on something, like put your energy into something that's going to actually benefit you. So the way I'm seeing this is like, if you're in a job, it's like it's a dead-end job. It's not going anywhere. You're not building from it. You're not learning. You might be going into a situation that's not perfect, right? Like the Six of Swords it's better. It's a much better situation, especially with this particular deck. I mean, that's like, it's very rainbow-esque kind of. It's just giving me rainbow feeling. So it's like after the storm, this is like a nice landing place. It is a nice landing place, but it doesn't mean that work won't be required once you get there. And the Seven of Pentacles, clarifying that, really does promise that work's going to be required, except for this work is actually benefiting you. So let's say, for example, a relationship, if this is resonating in that way, this would be you're leaving this one relationship, and now you're going to work on yourself. That's what I would see here. Now you're going to start to do the work to build yourself back up from whatever has happened during this connection. Or going back to the example of the dead-end job, you're going into another job, maybe one that you are having to climb the ranks with the Seven of Pentacles. It's a very like, you know, starting from the bottom and climbing up in that part of that process, not necessarily the bottom, but being in that process of that. So you'll have your work cut out for you, but you're actually doing work that is going to benefit you in the long run versus like doing just work to just basically get paid, right? And not get paid that well. So that's what I really see here, is that you're shifting instead of clinging on to what is really not working out for you anymore, you're ending that, and so you can shift your energy on what actually is going to work for you, whether that's focusing on yourself, being single, or a change in job, a change in location, a change in environment. Let me switch up the decks. I was really drawn to use what is this? The Archetype cards. I'm not sure why, because this usually, I save these for either readings where it's obvious we're talking about a specific person in a general read, or I save these for the personal readings and clients checking on specific connections. But I felt really drawn to it for this one. Let's see what's coming out and what our messages are. We have Visionary, and we have Midas reverse. So I feel like this is to you. You know, you're being told to step into this visionary energy and release this lower, these shadow attributes of the Midas, which is being afraid of being broke, being afraid of not being able to take care of yourself, and staying in certain situations in order to make sure that that's not going to happen, even if those situations are not good for you, and even if they're not really even benefiting you that much financially. This is like being stuck in the fear of, well, if I try to make any change, like what if I lose everything and I can't, you know, I can't afford to take care of myself, which let me say, I totally understand that fear. I'd have to struggle as a self-employed person. I have to struggle with that all the time. So I understand it. I'm not saying this lightly, but you're being called by spirit to step away from that energy. I get told this too, and it does in fact work out in the way that the cards say that, you know, when you step away from that and you step into a problem solving space, when you step into not even problem solving, but just listening to your intuition with visionary here, being receptive, being open, that's where you make major moves forward with decisions and with progress. And so that's what you're needing to do, is you're really having to trust and have faith. And that doesn't surprise me with having so many. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6 cards on the table are major arcana. So it doesn't surprise me you're being told basically to have faith. And we have Martyr reverse, which talks about being addicted to self-pity. I feel like you guys likely, if you are not making this choice in order to make this change, you're going to get forced out. And spirit doesn't want you to step in. You know, it's like something's going to happen, or it's like an uncontrollable argument breaks out between you two and you break up, or like same thing at work, right? Like something, and you're like, I can't handle this more, and you storm out. Like something happens that you didn't see coming. Aren't able to control your reaction, or you know, it's around the layoffs and you're a part of it. It's out of your control in some capacity, and that's spirit working to shift you out of this. So if you don't make the decision, it's gonna get made for you in one way or another. And spirit does not want you stepping into self-pity, again, stepping into that visionary space of seeing how this doesn't work. You know it hasn't. This is not something that you're like is in your unconscious mind. You're fully conscious of this fact. And it's like, hey, this is your way out, okay? I often have to get shoved out of things. I will get so many signs. I can get signs for like a year that I need to do something and not do it until I'm forced into it. So again, all right. I understand we have confusion. Okay, we have fake friend. Interesting. This came up for a general reading I did on my social media. That we have trying to conceive. We have abundance. I'm hearing trying to conceive abundance. So you guys are trying to bring in some abundance here. I feel like I'm going to take the know-it-all call. I feel like some of you guys, this message is about a fake friend of yours that's a bit of a know-it-all. They might, I'm hearing Aquarius. They might have some Aquarius placements. You're very confused if you should walk away from this person, and spirit's telling you yes, listen to it. And if you are on Instagram, or actually, since I put that in my story, it might not be in there anymore, but if you're on Facebook, I put in on my Facebook a reading about those that are dealing with fake friends. Okay, what else? We have 444, and another card behind it, and strong no. All right. So that is, if you have any questions that you were asking before you got on here, there is your answer. Any yes and no questions. I do feel like, you know, you guys have, this is like a fake friend, a fake family member. Those of you that are dealing with a relationship that you're thinking of when you're listening to this reading, this person's fake. Okay. So they are a fake partner. They are a fake family member. Like I'm hearing they do not care as much as you do. You need to let it go. You need to focus on conceiving your abundance, building your abundance. You need to focus on your stability. You may be seeing 444s. And this, it feels like, especially if this is a relationship in your life, it brings on a lot of confusion. And remember in the beginning of the reading, I was feeling like confused, like I was having a hard time focusing. It's like you're so focused in on the drama of this situation, this person, that like you get confused, or like, you know, I'm hearing like missed deadlines, or have messed something up out of the stress of this whole situation. So it really is time to go. So some other signifiers here, we have the heart. I really do feel like you care a lot about this situation, this person, and that's why it's hard to walk away from. Understandable, but You need to care more about yourself, okay? We always have Sailor Moon. Somebody said never discount your Sailor Moon stickers. I have a lot on here, so we always will have it. But Sailor Moon's there, and I see a group. So again, like the Friends thing, I feel like that's just again another thing about Friends. Very interesting. You know, Venus retrograde is coming next month. I wonder if we're going to be having quite a few evaluations on our friendships. So we have this bow. I'm hearing pretty. Some of you are very pretty. Yeah, that's why that came out next. We have the Bratz doll. And this is why you're having this issue, whether it be at work or with friends or even with family. We have this gummy, and I always think of edibles with this one, and I think a chill out. That's what's coming through. You need to relax. You need to chill out. You guys have been under stress. Again, it's because you care a lot about this person, this job, or the people at the job. Like your heart is invested. That's why it's this hard. That's why it feels so bad. And that's you, Cancer. That's you. Guys have big hearts, and whenever you get hurt, whenever you realize that you got to walk away from something, it's gonna be hard. And I feel like for me, I have to get into my head, like, you know what? Yeah, it's gonna be hard. And then it's like that radical acceptance of shit's gonna be hard. Just let's do it. Let's go at it, and let's face it. And that helps me versus like the resistance and fighting. Like, does it have to be so hard? Can I make it easier? Like, and I'm always trying to do that. I'm always trying to make it easier, make it less painful, or like whatever I can, right? And it's like, this is hard, so just do it. Walk away and listen to everything else I said, because I've already starting to forget what I have said. So the reading is over. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for being here. Again, if you enjoyed this, you want to book with me, you can head on over to my website, the1111babe.com. And thank you so much for all of your subscriptions, your likes, your shares, your comments. I read all your comments. I appreciate it so much. And for those that have reached out on social media and just told me how much, you know, the readings mean to them and different things like that. I read everything. I try to respond to everybody. I really do appreciate you all. So that'll be it. I will see you all next reading.